What's up, everyone? How you guys and gals doing? Welcome to the show. Don't forget that second half. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Will you help a guy out here? Got actually 3 stories in the news today. The government wants to take a look at dissolving the Bandidos. I find it kind of coincidental, don't you? This stuff happens down in New Mexico. Next thing you know, in Denmark, they want to ban them. Sad state of affairs here. Sad state of affairs. If you didn't watch our wrap up to the Red River Rally shoot up, you can check it out on the channel here. Great show. BD was on. Everybody, Marco was on. Everybody that covered the news. We learn a lot, I tell you that, in covering this kind of stuff. Anyway, we also have a shooting down in Omaha. Sad state of affairs right there. And what's a really sad state of affairs is this motorcycle wreck. Killed 4 motorcyclists, injured a lot. A drunk driver plowed into the pack and a family was involved. Even a 17-year-old girl that was on the back of the bike passed away. And I actually asked this question on yesterday's Madhouse. Are they just going to get a slap on the wrist for doing this to people? It's sickening. And you know what? You get tired of it. Tired of seeing drunk drivers get off on something like this. Or let's just give them like 7 years or something. That's ridiculous, and that ain't going to deter people from drinking and driving, which, you know what, I never understood. If you want to put yourself at risk, then do it for yourself. But if you're going to get there drunk, high, whatever you're going to do, and go hurt somebody else, that's messed up. But let's take a look at this sad stuff. Sad stuff
involving multiple motorcycles in Lawrence County. Police say the crash happened on Highway 39 between Aurora and Mount Vernon. Liam Garrity is here in studio and was at this scene. What can you tell us, Liam?
Elizabeth, the crash happened right on Highway 39, right here on our screen. It was just south of Highway P. 10 motorcyclists ended up being involved in the violent crash. Police had to shut down this part of the highway down here for a couple hours to get ambulances and medical helicopters to the scene. Police tell me the driver who caused the crash was arrested for suspicion of impairment. This is seconds before the deadly crash. Sergeant Mike McClure with the Missouri State Highway Patrol says a car passed the center line.
Upon impact, the 5 motorcycles, kind of in sequence, ejected their riders, went off the right side of the road.
4 motorcyclists now dead. He says the driver of the car may have been impaired.
That impairment was observable.
Those who died, a 17-year-old girl, 28-year-old Cameron Hale, 59-year-old James Olmsted, and 61-year-old Linda Anderson. According to the Highway Patrol crash report, 10 motorcyclists were involved, either hit by the car or in the aftermath of the crash. Every person in the crash is from Aurora.
Motorcyclists have every right and every reason to be operating as does a passenger car or a pickup.
6 of the riders were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the car also seriously hurt. They were sent to hospitals by air and ambulances. Sergeant McClure says we are in the 100 deadliest days of summer, so everyone needs to be aware.
We have to adapt to what we're seeing when it comes to these summer months because we got more traffic. Motorcyclists are more prevalent. So it's a shared responsibility.
Sergeant McClure says to never drive impaired no matter how much you have to drink and or used, and all motorcycles need to make themselves as visible as possible. Again, the driver in the crash was arrested because police suspect they were driving under the influence.
See what I mean? Gets drunk and goes out and kills all these people. My thoughts go out to all those families of their lost ones. I sure hope that you do get justice, because this is getting ridiculous with these drunk drivers getting away with killing people. And I'm not only talking about motorcyclists, I'm talking about anybody they kill. You know what? No mercy. Lock them up and keep them there. That is the only way you're going to send a message. And also, why do you even give them the chance to get to that point? You have people up here in Wisconsin and other places, they get 5, 6, 7 DUIs. Come on. How is that stopping them from potentially killing somebody else? It's beyond me. Omaha, Nebraska. Got another one.
The shooting that happened just before 4 this morning near 25th and Taylor Streets. One man was shot and taken to a local hospital with serious injuries, but is said to be in stable condition. This is the second shooting to happen near the area of the Los Diablos Motorcycle Club in the last few weeks. Police say they had officers in the area when they heard the gunshots fired in a crowd of hundreds.
Now, there isn't any further details on this one, just what the mainstream media is reporting right now. So hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll have more information on that one. But we're going to go to this deal with the Bandidos and Denmark now wanting to probe and get rid of them. It looks like I've known they do that in Germany. Denmark has done it to another club. You also have the stuff happening in Australia, New Zealand with the bikie laws. You know what? I truly believe here in the United States, they're going to use the gang enforcement laws and civil RICO to start cracking down to get around the First Amendment. I really do believe that. Anyway, this out of ABC News. Denmark wants to probe whether Bandidos Motorcycle Club can be dissolved, meaning they're going to take all their stuff too, just like they did in Germany. Now, this comes out of Copenhagen. Denmark's government said Friday that it will investigate whether the Danish arm of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club can be dissolved. And it makes you wonder, are they working in concert with U.S. authorities? Because I just find this funny that they started doing this right after the Red River shooting. And that story was worldwide. So, yeah, whatever you do in your home country can affect your brothers everywhere else. It's always been the case, but more nowadays. The Danish chapter of the Bandidos was created in 93. 3 years later, a feud between them and the rivals Hells Angels broke out in Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark. And that was the Great Nordic Biker War, if you know the 90s history. It ended with 11 dead, nearly 100 wounded. I'm talking they were using freaking RPGs and stuff at each other. In recent years, members of the Bandidos in Denmark have been jailed for murder, attempted murder, drug-related crimes, assault, among others. Quote, behind their violent assaults hide, among other things, miserable relatives and shocked witnesses who have nothing to do with the environment. That, of course, from Justice Minister Pete Holmengard said. Again, do you see the connection here? That stuff was happening in New Mexico and who was involved. And next thing you know, they want to go after him. Now, he said a special police unit would probe this ban in the chapter, and the investigation should be done by the end of the year. A court of law would have to judge whether there is a legal basis for a dissolution. And you got to ask yourself, man, you have to be glad that there is a First Amendment here in this country. But like I said, they're going to probably get around it with the gang enhancement laws and also the civil RICO thing. The Mongols, they went through a civil RICO this last time around where they were trying to take their trademark. And a lot of people don't understand what civil and criminal RICOs are. You know, you didn't have anybody go to jail during this last one. So they went and tried to prove that they're a criminal organization, which the first trial, yes, there's multiple trials, I think. Not quoting me on this one here, but I should have looked up that stuff. But anyway, I know about the last one where they wanted to take the patch. Judge said no, went up to the Ninth Circuit, and you can guarantee it's probably going to go to the Supreme Court because that would be new case law on that stuff. But again, I think taken away from this is the government ain't your friends, and they will do everything slimy to try to stop you with, stuff. A couple guys can really screw it up for the rest of the club. And you see this type of stuff happening in like Denmark here, now Germany, Australia. And you bet me on this. They're going to use these gang enhancement laws like they already are. And then they're going to start the civil RICO type of stuff. Anyway, let's go to the second half of the show with China Doll over on the Motorcycle Madhouse YouTube channel, or you can listen to it on Spotify as well. We'll be right back.
Is an in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.
Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong. Join our Motorcycle Madhouse Locals community and get weekly articles by Hollywood and get involved in the conversation. Punch in motorcyclemadhouse.locals.com and become a part of the community now. Rock on. Introducing the all-new service from Insane Throttle, Motorcycle Madhouse Radio. 24/7 and nothing but the best in 80s till today rock and metal, baby. And here's an added bonus. You can now listen to Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show with Hollywood and China Doll live on the air. Go to motorcyclemadhouse.com and bookmark the radio station and get down with the king of biker radio.